Ladies and gentlemen, a man that needs no introduction. The man, the fastest man, coming off of a 100-meter gold medal at the Olympics, a 200-meter gold medal at World Champions, the third fastest man ever, over 200 meters. I could go on and on and on, but eventually I would get tired like Usain Bolt walking up the stairs. Noah Lyles, can we get a round of applause, please?
Yeah.
Round of applause, please. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause.
Appreciate it.
I know, I'm getting right into it, bro. I was leaving the show last night. I was getting into my car. I get sent a video, and I see this. I need you to take a look.
You said, hey, this is going to be the day that I get it done. Noah kind of gave you a shove. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
We just had a little beef that was kind of going on. I don't play when it comes to stuff like that. And all I can say is that, every single time I step on track, I want to whoop his ass. When I did it, I didn't think anything of it. And then, it was all over the news. I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is
you
happening.
didn't think nothing of it. You shoved a man in the back and y'all running. You ain't think nothing of it.
Like I said, we discussed about it, and, we on the same page, and we got that mutual respect for each other. But yeah, it's definitely good for a sport. We need healthy rivalries like that.
Enough. I've seen enough. I have seen enough. Noah Lyles, you are not a bashful nor a scared man. I need your response to that, big dog.
Yeah. We definitely had a conversation after that. We after the track meet, we had to go in a room for a few hours and have a good long talk. Because essentially that was assault right there. But I already know once somebody's trying to put their hands on you, you already won the battle.
That's fair. Is there a rivalry between you and Kenny? Is it fair to say that there's a rivalry, or is he little bro?
It's very confusing. I'm not gonna lie. The man, he's the only person in the history of the sport to ever beat me twice. But every time he beat me, he's losing. So
that's fair.
Can't really give you an answer on that one.
Now the people want to know. I would suggest that I know, but the people in the comments want you to elaborate on what led to the shove. Tell us as much as you can tell us without telling us too much.
I'm actually going to keep that personal. That's just something that involves me and my woman, me and Janelle. And right now it's just information that we just don't want to go too deep in. A lot of the track world thinks they know, but it's bigger and deeper than just, a simple explanation.
We stand for a man that respects his woman.
No, definitely.
We stand for his man. We
100%.
stand. In here, we stand for a man that respects his woman.
Absolutely.
That's what we do. All right, next thing we're gonna do, we are going to play a little game. Noah, you have a lot of viral moments. We are going to show you 5 of your most viral moments, and you are going to blind rank them: gold, silver, bronze, and you're going to have to leave 2 of them off the podium. We're going to show you 5 moments.
Blind ranking.
You got to blind rank them. The first.
All right, hit me.
The first moment when you forgot Tyreek Hill's name. People, take a listen. Noah, take a look.
What's that guy? What's the cheetah guy from football? I can't remember his name. Where's Mark? Mark. What's the football player who thinks he's fast name?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Blind rank that. Gold, silver, bronze, or is it off the podium?
That's off the podium.
Oh, okay. One is off the podium.
I definitely feel there's a lot better ones out there.
Okay, next moment. Rome, let's start with the video, and then we will get to the still image. Let's start with the video first. I do not want to tip Noah's hand. I do not want to tip him to this moment.
Toyota Men's 200 is underway. Showdown between Noah Lyles and Arian Knighton, right in the center lanes.
Look at Knighton, and you see him going past the world champion. He has been running storming turns. He's run another one. He has the lead.
Looks over right there, man.
Look at this, Arian Knighton. Now Noah Lyles finds an extra gear. The world champion is coming back at the kick. He looks across, and Lyles gets the national championship. 1960.
Blind rank that moment. Gold, silver, bronze, or is it off the podium?
I'm gonna give that a silver. Silver.
Silver, okay.
Silver's interesting. Okay, the next one, Rome, you already know what to play. Go ahead and cue up the next one. We've discussed it briefly.
The one thing that Kenny Bernard cannot do in this race, he cannot.
Look at a lot of history in Eugene, man. Stay acting up in Eugene.
They keep sending us to the same place.
Walk him down.
Tries to reel him in. Lyles slightly ahead and looks over and there at the end as the rivalry comes into view.
He's still the man.
Why you gentlemen shake his hand? I hate you for that, Noah.
He's only run 19.
All right, kill the video. Kill the video. Gold, bronze, or off the podium?
I'm gonna give that a bronze.
Okay, I like.
Okay.
He's a smart man.
Like that
He's
one.
a smart man.
Like that one.
The fourth video, please let it run.
World champion of what? The United States?
Gold or off the podium?
This is gold. This is the gold. This is the one I was waiting on.
It's gotta be gold.
Okay, then just for fun, let's show him the very last. Let's show him the last one that will be left off the podium, please.
Did you by chance see Oblique Seville with the slow reaction time in Heat 1?
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. That man was panicking in the back. Yeah. But hey, he's a gamer, so hopefully he'll get it back, and we'll have a great final.
All right. We'll see you back out in the semi. Thank you, Noah. Good to see you.
Very confident in my picks.
Hey, do you regret that moment? Obviously, you left with gold in the 200. You didn't leave with gold in the 100. Several people are asking, do you regret that moment at the podium?
No. You mean that moment specifically?
Correct. That moment specifically.
No. I don't regret that moment. I mean, it was the truth. And like I said, he's a gamer. So if you did get up, congrats to him, what you did. If you didn't, this still goes to Sam, but it doesn't take away the fact that he's still a gamer. But, no, I don't really have much regrets on stuff like that.
No, I think that you are the most talented, if not one of the most talented athletes in the world. Not athletes in America, not athletes in your sport. I think athletes in the world. But several people would suggest that the stuff you do off the track, it overshadows your talent. Do you ever feel like you don't get enough respect for being the third fastest man that's ever lived, for winning 4 straight gold medals in the 200? Do you feel like you don't get the respect you deserve?
I feel like it's very hard to give, what would I say, what's the word I'm looking for? When you are describing respect, it all depends on what area you're in. I can be placed in a world of track and field and a ton of respect is given. I could be placed in Japan where they freaking love me, or I could go to Iceland and probably nobody even knows my name. It's very hard to say that, depending on the area, depending on the box that I'm in, how much respect I'm giving. I've had some people who come up and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Noah Lyles. Somebody looks and they're like, why is people taking a picture with that guy?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll come up and they'll say, are you famous? And I said, to some. because if you're saying that you don't know me, you don't know me. That's cool. I'm a human being. I have a talent that, is, very known, but that doesn't mean everybody's going to know me. And yes, I want, the sport, and I want myself to continue to grow and be able to do things outside of the sport and do stuff in it. But, I'm not going to be constantly saying, hey, you need to know who I am.
You really my mans, and so I'm just going to get to the chase of all these questions. I don't want to take much of your time, but I got to make sure we're here for a good time. Everything you've accomplished in the sport, are you the greatest American male sprinter that's ever lived?
Not yet. Not yet.
What would it take?
I still believe I need one more gold medal in the 100 before I want to say that I'll be the greatest. And I'll tell you, when LA comes and I finally do get those 3 gold medals, then I'll say for sure that I am the greatest American sprinter.
You said one more gold medal, but for those that really know track, you didn't specify. Does it have to be one more Olympic gold medal in the 100, or could it be a world gold medal in the 100?
If it's in the Olympics, it's a definite. If it's in world championships, I still might have to fight a few people, but it would be a very hard argument for them.
Who is the greatest American sprinter that's ever lived? Right now.
I think it still has to go to Carl Lewis. The man has a multitude of medals. I mean, I can't remember his count, but I believe it's over 10 gold medals, including world championships and Olympics. I'm sitting at I'm sitting at 9 gold medals right now, including world championships and Olympics. So I'm still underneath him. He's had world records in both the 100 and the 200, and he's, been been on relays and even long jumps. So I'd say that, yeah, right now in my head, it would still be considered Carl Lewis.
Now, for those that are watching, Noah literally just got back from Tokyo, so we're talking to the tired Noah Lyles. I need the cocky Noah Lyles. Noah, Usain Bolt, obviously the greatest sprinter that's ever lived, 958, 1919, but you have more sub-20 200 races than he does. What would it take to suggest, let me ask it more boldly, is Noah Lyles a greater 200-meter runner than Usain Bolt based upon having more fast times than Usain, but not a fastest time than Usain?
I'd say I'm a more consistent runner. My consistency at running fast times is a lot higher. But at the same time, Usain, as he got to the second half of his career, he didn't run as many 200s or 100s, but I'm the guy who's always coming in for the fight. I'm never going to shy away. This year I had an injury. I threw myself into one of the fastest 200s of the year as my first race. Came out the victor because I'm not here to, baby myself into it, try to get wins. If I want to be able to be ready for world championships, I need to throw myself in the fire.
Do you wish you ran during the Usain Bolt era? Because I would have loved to see, anybody who loves sports would have loved to see LeBron play Jordan. Anybody who loves sports, you got to see Ali and Frazier, Ali and Foreman, but we never got to see Noah and Usain. How would that race have gone?
Shoot, it depends on which Bolt I was racing. During 2008 through 2012, man, that would truly, my coach was also coaching Tyson Gay at the time, which was one of Bolt's biggest rivals. So it would have been a ton of iron sharpening iron. I think that, truly pushing beyond the limits of what was humanly possible is, that's what I live for.
Yeah.
And those are the moments that I'm constantly looking out for. I'm constantly looking to chase hard goals, things that people say I can't do, all those things. So again, being in that time period, I'm that would have been a crazy race. And then we also have similar talents to where our top end speed and our speed maintenance is one of our biggest gifts. So it would look pretty similar in terms of race strategy, probably. But
would we know the name Noah Lyles if he ran in the Usain Bolt era?
You would know him. He might not have as many golds.
That's well said, Kieren.
No, yeah, Noah. Every time I talk to you, I got to ask you about anime. It's a shared interest we have. I started watching some of the shows you recommended me. I was gonna ask, a lot of athletes, they come out, they flex with chains, they flex with teeth. You know what I mean? They flex with cars. You flex with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. What went behind flexing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards? And is there going to be more, weeb-like flexing that you're going to have at big world championship or Olympic type events?
Hey, look. So the reason I pulled out the Yu-Gi-Oh card was I made a bet with another track and field athlete, Chase Ely. And I was like, yo, you got to do the Rock Lee weight drop when they're introducing you at the Olympic trials. And she's like, well, if you do that, then you got to do something. I'm like, all right, if you do that, then I will pull out the Exodia set at the Olympic trials.
That's crazy. It's insane. No, I was also going to say, too, I'm shocked that so many athletes actually are fans of anime. Usain Bolt messaged me. Everybody. He's a huge fan of anime. What athletes do you know that surprised you that were fans of anime? And is being a fan of anime just a good base for being a fast athlete?
I will say that it is a great base because it instills that mindset of it doesn't matter what anybody says, I'm going to do it anyway. There's so much perseverance in most animes, especially the action ones. I was just explaining in my press conference over in Japan, if you're watching One Piece, the first episode of One Piece, Luffy out here, I'm going to be the Pirate King. Everybody laughs at him. They laugh at him because they don't understand what he knows, that he's going to do it regardless of what you think. That's what you got to be almost insane to do some of the things we do in sports. No matter what anybody else says, you go out here with the ideas I'm going to do it regardless. You can either watch me or you can come with me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Acho to watch something. He said he's not, so you know what I mean?
It sounds like y'all are speaking a foreign language right now.
Yeah, no, a little bit.
Don't really understand much of what y'all are saying. But with that being said, that's a great transition. Noah, what is the most, let me go personal for a moment. What's the most misunderstood thing about Noah Lyles?
Ooh, it's probably me being cocky. Because in reality, it's me just having confidence. It's just y'all don't understand the things that I've had to go through to be at this point to know why I'm so confident. And at the end of the day, the reason that they get mad is because I keep doing the things that I say that I'm going to do. But when they actually end up meeting me, they're like, oh, wow, this man's actually like super down to earth. He's, tries to help everybody. He does all these things. But you only get to see me for 19 seconds. You only get to see the competitive Noah, the 9 seconds, the short little interviews, I kind of saw that because I saw that in the back. Like, again, you only get to see that side. You're not out here, watching me work hard every day or even jumping on planes to go do business meetings, talking to kids, all this other stuff that I'm, doing in the background. And to be honest, I don't expect you to because we're not friends.
You said nobody knows what you've had to go through. What is the hardest thing you've had to go through en route to becoming the person you are today?
I'd say the two hardest things was going through asthma as a kid, constantly having to go to the doctor, constantly having an issue with breathing, hearing every day, Mom, I want to play sports. Let's just make sure that you can breathe first. Like, what if I didn't? What if I never got to that point where I was okay breathing? Would you not have allowed me to go out there? That was something at that point, it was a dream of mine to play sports. I would be willing to die to go out there to attempt to play sports, you know. And then the second thing would be going through school, having dyslexia, having ADD, trying to go through normal standardized testing and constantly being thrashed against the school system for a learning strategy that just doesn't work for me. Feeling that I wasn't adequately smart or intelligent because the way they were testing intelligence was not accurate to me. And then finally realizing after getting out of school that I am intelligent, I have a business mindset. I have all these gifts, but I never was able to use them because of the situation that I was in.
There could be a healing moment here, so elaborate on this, not to deviate. What message would you give to the child that's struggling in school, struggling with dyslexia, gets made fun of for having ADD, struggling with their grades? What message would an Olympic gold medalist give to that person?
There's so many messages. The two that I really harp on is one, finding a team, finding that teacher, finding that parent, finding that support system that is going to get you through that moment because it is a moment. I know it feels like it's everything in that time period because everybody just tells you, oh, you got to go to school, you got to get good grades, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. It is a time period, it is a phase. And as you get older, you will start to realize that you're going to find your own ways of coping and adapting to situations. But having a team, having somebody very close to you that can help you through this time period is the best thing that you can have. And then also realizing that just because it's part of the status quo doesn't mean you have to go that route. Yes, a new route is hard to build, but I promise you it's way better than going a route that wasn't designed for you.
That's good. A couple more sports ones before we let you out of here. Obviously, you were most known to non-track people for saying world champions of what? Obviously, NBA champs, they proclaim that they're world champs. So let me ask you this. What's the hardest championship to win? A world champ in track and field, a Super Bowl championship, or an NBA championship? In your professional opinion, you haven't won all of them. What is the hardest championship to win and why?
We're talking about track and field world championships?
Yeah. A track, a Super Bowl, or an NBA title?
See, I'm stuck on track and Super Bowl. The reason I'm so stuck is because I know most people aren't me, so they're not just going to be grabbing world championships like that. And you got to go against the whole world. But at the same time, with a Super Bowl, you have to find all the right guys and have it, click on that moment for the whole season, or at least for the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
Gosh, I want to say I'm gonna say Super Bowl.
Wow. Shocking.
And I'm gonna tell you
Humble
why.
Noah.
The reason I actually stopped playing basketball as a kid is because I was tired of playing with people who weren't motivated and who did not have the drive to go out there and work as hard as I was. Yes, it is extremely hard to be the top of the world by yourself, but the good thing is you get to decide how much work you put in.
Yeah.
You get to decide that. When you're on a team, you don't get to go home with the teammate who's doing the worst on the team and say, hey, you need to get off that game. Hey, you need to stop talking to that girl. Hey, you need to make sure that you locking in and be in that practice at the right time. You can't do that. That's a grown man. You know, you don't get to decide that.
Yeah.
So again, having all the players on the team, have all of them lock in for a whole season, yeah, I think I'll have to give it to the Super Bowl.
Is football speed track speed? Because, you know, I'm in the football circles, and I done seen Tyreek Hill. He went out there and he ran a 10.15 this year. You know what I'm saying? Legal, Noah. Is, you know, we suggest if he trained and did it for a living, he could go out there and he could run some 9.8, some 9.9s. Legal. Track speed.
Ooh, that's
football.
very generous.
I love Noah.
That's very generous.
I love this dude. Is football speed equivalent to track speed?
Hey, you see any NFL athletes in the Olympic finals in the 100 or the 200? 400?
Last I checked, I didn't.
No.
I didn't either. I just wanted to make sure.
I didn't.
I did want to ask you about someone that you have raced recently that's not in the track world. Acho Speed. I think after losing to you, it was baptism. It was trial by fire is really what it was, because afterwards he's running differently. I don't know if you've seen him run recently. The knee drive is a little higher. You know what I mean? He's doing things a little bit differently. He said he's going to make a run in 2028. Will you give him a chance to race again? And do you think that he could potentially make it to U.S. trials and an Olympics in L.A.?
Hey, I'll train the man if he wants. I actually think I just saw a video where he was doing some stuff with Usain. But yeah, I'll train the man if he wants, if he really wants it that bad. But the problem is you're going to have to lock in. This ain't no, we doing it for a week or 2 weeks. This is you're going to have to commit 3 years to this type thing.
Now, I mean, look, if you go back and watch that, I think what went viral was, he got Noah in the first 10, 20 meters. But that's not really what the races are. Is there any length of race that you would be worried about with speed?
No.
Just
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
because Noah's awake now.
Yeah.
We had sleepy Noah for the first 20 minutes. Noah awake now. This the Noah I know.
Okay.
Is there any length of time you would be worried about racing Tyreek Hill? 40 meters, 50 meters, 60 meters on grass maybe? Like, where are you afraid of racing Tyreek Hill, the cheetah?
5 meters in grass.
After that, it's Noah.
Yeah, he can get to slant depth, and then after that, it's cooked. Is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah. 5 meters after grass.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one more for you, Kieren. You go first.
I was going to ask you too. As a big person, I got asked a lot in high school because I was playing golf by the football coaches. Hey, when you going to get out there on the football field? I was going to ask you, were you ever pestered by football or basketball coaches while in high school and running all those fast times to play another sport, or was track always just going to be the thing that you played?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the football team kind of was banned from asking me because, you know, they knew that, you know, they were going to get a harsh no. You know, my mom was, you know, basically big Meech out there. You know, she wasn't letting her baby go out there and go get no concussions or injuries. She's like, nah, we're done. We're not a football family. This ain't happening here. So, but yeah, they definitely constantly would, you know, try to solicit me and my brother to come play football, but no, that wasn't happening.
3 quick hitters and then you're gone. When are you breaking the 200-meter world record? I said when, not if. I said when are you breaking it?
Man, I got 2 answers to that. One, if I could predict the future, I would not be running track right now. And 2, if I told you, then that would only spoil the fun.
All right, 2, what is one rival, one record, or one moment you still need to accomplish before you hang it up?
Before I hang it up, I have to get a gold medal, Olympic gold medal in the 200 meters. It's the one thing that has eluded me. I'm known as a 200-meter runner. I'm the 3rd fastest human being ever to live in history, and I still don't have an Olympic medal in that. You know, the first time dealing with depression, second time I get COVID. I'm like, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I got 4 of them in world championships. I just need 1 of them at the Olympics.
I hear that. I hear that. Another quick hitter. Your wife, I believe she's Jamaican. You're American.
Yeah.
Your offspring, what country will they represent?
That's going to be up to them. If they want to run track, that is up to them. I'm not a guy who's going to force them to do anything. I'm going to give them all the tools and I'm going to give them all the information, but that's up to them.
Why did you choose to settle down with that amazing woman? Let's get a sweet moment here.
Oh, wow. It was probably the easiest decision, to be honest. When we first started dating, it was already us being friends for 7 years. And when I got into the relationship, it was the easiest relationship I've ever had. It was the easiest conversations, a true friend, a best friend. Even to this day, I'm shocked on how easy it feels. It constantly feels like we have the, what my mom would call the honeymoon phase, everything is, sunshines and flowers. But we just keep gaining better skills, better communication. And now I'm at the point where it's like, wow, I can't see me doing anything without her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a problem. Yeah, we got to lock this down.
And lastly, when will Noah Lyles step away from the track? When will you know that you've run your last lap?
I know I've run my last lap when I leave a world championships with 0 medals. And it wasn't because of injury or something like that. When I leave because of 0 medals or I fail to make a team for a reason of I just wasn't the top dog or I wasn't good enough to make the team, I'm like, all right, it's time. I think next year it's time for the swan song, and it's time to let the next generation have it.
It might be a while, man.
That's gonna be a while.
It might be a while.
So you'll be
I'm
running
thinking
till
10 years.
You'll be running till 45. Got it.
Yeah,
Noted.
pretty much.
So,
yeah.
Nah, 35, 36.
That is Noah Lyles. Please, can we clap it up?
Let's go.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, my brother, you the man. Get some rest, bro. Salute to everything you've done and will continue to do. You know I've been in your corner before the whole world knew about you, and I'm going to be in your corner until the day's end. So keep doing it, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
My dog, salute.
Enjoy that haircut, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.